Hi guys, it's Chrissy with Chrissy's Divine Design Tarot, and I thought my intro might do it for me, but it's really not. So we're gonna skip all of that, and we're going to get into the shadow spread for the collective. Now, this is the new moon that I have already been passed by, so it will be going back to the new moon, which was just a couple days ago. And we're going to look at the shadow spread, what your intuition is prompting you to do, and so on. So let's start with, what are you hiding about your past? Let's see, let's get three cards, please. Nothing came up. Oh, it did. Okay, three cards. Boundaries, planning something with your boundaries here. So let's just see. What are you planning here? Okay, so I feel like you're just on your own sense of a journey here in terms of the actions you're going to be taking as just planning what you want to do for your work and your craft and how it's going to become a better version of what you're doing and maybe even paying more or however you can get it to work for you in a way that is going to maybe make more money or make you happier in what you're doing. All right, let's see what the next question is. Where does this trace back to? Um, so you might have done some healing already. So this might be something that has been ingrained in your life from your parents, possibly, or from whoever your parent was. Okay. So, or is, doesn't have to be past tense. So, this may be about how your family is and the beliefs that they had about getting married, having traditions, saving on to money, holding on to the money in order to be somebody that has money or makes money. So job is really important. Of course, showing up here, you're looking at what plans to do, maybe what your best life is, and so on. So, okay, so where does it trace back to? It traces back to a person, a moment, or belief, and it could be all of the above, and that could be stemming from your parents. So, what or how did this trigger you most? So, perhaps somebody might say something about work, or and this might maybe have some type of ego going on here or something I'm getting. Yeah, you're using your intuition. Oh, I like this. And you are looking at yourself. You are looking, you're pretty fiery and confident and determined in getting your finances. So you may be not looking at love at this time. You're doing the work on you. You're looking at your best life is kind of what I'm getting with all of this. What was your intuition prompting you to do or say back then when you were younger, when it came to these boundaries or self-worth? You may see your self-worth behind the dollar dollar. You got money, you got power, you've got status, then you've got it all, right? As long as you have money. And I kind of feel like back then this may have uh, curved the way you do things. Are you a workaholic? Maybe. It's all about work here in the Pentacles. Okay, something, let's just see. Okay. It may come from an ending due to somebody that had you in a state where you were kind of having these things go around and around and around for you. It may have even been a karmic cycle, is kind of what I'm getting with all of this. Had you in a state of fear of some sort here. It may not have been good for you, and it was an ending. You maybe started to believe differently or look at things that your money will come if you work hard towards whatever you're doing, sure, but it's not everything. There should be love. There should be a balance here between love and work and the rest of what you're doing. Um, let's just see here. Tell me why the devil is here. Is this just a Capricorn or is this facing some of those? darker sides of yourself? What is this? Oh, Empress. Wow. Okay, so this is all about self-worth here. You may feel that by having this okay, so what I'm kind of getting is you have certain boundaries, sure, but money may be a part or something that has to be in your life in terms of somebody that has to have some ambition or be goal oriented or knows how to grow their money on their own. um, I feel like with this, you may have ended something out or a belief system here due to the way it wasn't helping you in some sort of way. I feel like this may have prompted you to go and look at yourself, maybe ended something with someone else that was maybe making you feel less than, and in this state of panic or anxiety. I'm getting like this negative mindset that it was all about money or it was you had to be a certain way, or maybe just didn't see your worth here. Maybe you wanted more for yourself and it wasn't going anywhere with this person. Let's just see. Okay, wow. Okay, okay. So endings have new beginnings, and you've manifested. You're a major manifester, especially if you're showing up as the Empress. Now, even if you're a masculine, you're just showing up on the feminine side of yourself, and you're looking for that lap of luxury type of lifestyle. You want to be feeling like you have something of your own or that you are stable. You have something stable, and um, this may even be about your manifestations here. So you're looking for that new passionate new beginning, and somebody might be very much coming in for you that you have manifested here. Somebody that is emotionally balanced, somebody that is generous and compassionate and sensitive. I feel like you have all the tools you need to bring in whoever it is that you're looking for. I do like this because I feel like you okay. All right, so how can you integrate this guidance now with the boundaries and any new belief system or behaviors to know that you're whole and that you don't need anyone to be whole? It's about wanting somebody to be in your life, not needing them because of financial reasons. So this I feel like whoever you walked away from is very sad. Okay. But you have manifested here. So maybe you have revised your manifestation and certain things that you thought you wanted tried to come in, and you may have said, no, I changed my mind on that. I want something different. So let's just see. Yeah, walking away. Somebody said that you walked away, and it may have come from this ending. So I don't feel like it's this part here, because if this is your manifestation, unless you've revised it and asked for something new or asked, maybe you didn't pass the test or something about your self-worth that you needed to see here that had nothing to do with money. Yeah, you had to go to calmer waters. You had to go to somebody that wasn't going to make you feel less than. And I feel like you maybe even manifested somebody wanting this new passionate beginning, and that just wasn't working out for you. It wasn't what you wanted or what you thought you wanted. So you might be getting communication, maybe by a spirit or from somebody. Oh, somebody from your past. It could be this person here that is yearning for you. It could be this person here. Yeah, all right. So there is some anxiety here. This person maybe had caused you a lot of anxiety or nightmares or anguish, maybe even put you in a state of depression for a while. Let's just see. Why is the Nine of Swords here? You might have to choose between two here. Somebody might be talking to you from the past that maybe causes anxiety within you, that intense connection, where maybe you didn't want to walk away from somebody, but when they're not seeing your worth, I feel like you may have decided just to walk anyway, due to that reason all on its own. See, what decision do you make here? Tell me what decision you make coming up. Ooh, okay. So, yeah, okay. You Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there may be adultery that happened here in a mid-balance, and you may have divorced this person with the Hierophant in reverse. So if you were married to this person, I feel like the reason you walked away was perhaps they weren't devoting themselves strictly to you because they put a ring on it. And I feel like that was uh, a rude awakening to you as a realization that they're not going to do that. They're going to see other people, they're going to do other things with other people, and they're not devoting themselves strictly to you, even though you may have been married. And that may had no intention of doing so, perhaps. I don't know. However, it looks like it's a divorce. There was adultery there. And I feel like with this may be why you were in a constant state of anxiety every time they left the house. You were probably wondering, who are they going to see? So you may have not wanted, you were very sad about walking away. And I feel like you may have walked away from somebody else that you may have manifested as well, and then you got divorced. So let's just see what this is. You had to make a choice here. There was some type of choice you were meant to make. Tell me about the Two of Swords. Ah, you needed to heal. I see. So you may have gone on to having this other you may have been working on yourself in terms of getting to where you want your best life. You may have been doing that better version of yourself, but there were certain things you needed to heal when it came to this marriage. And I feel like when it came to this, I feel like you finally did get divorced and finally got that. Now you're able to heal, completely heal. And it may have been years in between before you got that divorce. Maybe you were legally separated, and if you were never married, it may have been that this person wanted to get married to you, okay? Or you talked about marriage with them. It could have been peer pressure to wear their ring, even though they were never going to set a date for it. I don't know. There's something going on here in regards to this marriage proposal. We do have something there, and this may have been part of why you had certain belief systems. Maybe you saw your parents grow up, they got married, they had kids, this is how you do it, yada, yada, yada. Maybe it was a shotgun wedding. Let's just see. Yeah, you're going to talk about something here. Let's just see. All right, so you might be talking to somebody, you might get a different perspective in terms of who your emperor is. Now, maybe you always knew this person was your emperor or wanted it to be them. Maybe this is somebody new that you're talking to at this time. Yeah, this is somebody coming in for you. Now, let's just see where this goes. Judgment in reverse, healing, and romance. Okay, so you might be stuck in the past because of this person that you thought was your emperor. And it may be the person that you're talking to, that you might be, I don't know if you're pushing them away, but you might be pausing and reflecting and kind of keeping a distance from until you get to know them a bit better. And this is nothing wrong with doing that. But your emperor is showing up here, is coming in. And I feel like you might be looking at the past, comparing this person to the past person. You might needing to heal this idea of the past before this can really come in as a romance or whoever's meant to come in for this romance. Let's see. You do have a lot of options here. Once you heal, you will have romance coming in, but you might still be upset about being out in the cold or walking away from somebody. However, you do have a lot of options here, but you may be feeling like you can't trust yourself to choose the right person, to choose wisely. And you need to close out that um It looks like you're gonna close it out, but it's about completing that and closing that door completely. And I feel like this person might have their foot still stuck in the door from you being able to close it completely. So, tell me about the Emperor and them coming in for you with the wands. Oh, taking that leap of faith. And somebody wants to fight for you here. Let's see, and have a victory. So you may still have to choose between two. Now, is this the same person coming back that you're trying to close this door on, or do you actually close it and have this person coming in where you have this new kind of joyous jump, if you will? Is somebody coming in that wants you back? I mean, with the victory, is it all about kind of having that honest discussion or that there's no doubt about the decision you make? Maybe it's good news or public recognition here. Let me just see. Tell me about the Fool, the Knight of, it is the Knight, yeah, Knight of Swords, and the Six of Wands. 3 cards, please. Okay, so they definitely want to invest in you. They see you as a sweetheart and they know they've wounded you or that you've gotten through this wounding. And this could be this new person. However, let's just see. Yeah, there might be two people coming in here because you have that chariot. They're coming in fast. Let's just see. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a competition. Somebody is still carrying this bundle for you, or you're still carrying a torch for this person in a sense that you're not putting down this bundle completely. Okay, so you might even have had a breakdown, or you still have emotional traumas due to this person. They're hoping, somebody's hoping for something with you, but there's no equal give and take when it comes to this person. However, they do want you for the long term. However, if they're not going to give back to you, what is the point? You're going to just feel that all over again, this state right here, and want to leave. Looks like you're going to do your own money, and looks like you're going to have uh, somebody here that's still hanging on to you that you may have married in the past. But they juggled you, so they still may want to be your team player or teammate, but maybe they're not making you a priority. Let's see about your happiness here. Tell me about the happiness card. You might see something coming when it comes to love. You're wanting truth, though, and they may have dumped out your cup when it came to this love. So the person from the past might be getting that door shut all the way. Yeah, you have luck coming in your way. And even though you may have that heartbreak all over again, you're going to build something with somebody. Your manifestation is going to come in that you maybe have been, you may have revised it. However, it looks like something else is going to come in. Now, is it somebody else that wants you? Yeah, you've had this heartbreak here. Even though they wanted to rebuild with you, they're still going to have that shady ass behavior. Even if they are nice looking, maybe they have a vision here when it comes to this, but are they here for a good time or and not a long time or what? So let's just see here. You're going to be talking with somebody that has loving words for you. Finally, somebody is coming in. It may have taken a long time here, and they're going to tell you some type of truth. I like this. So I do feel like even though you've maybe manifested a few times and maybe the person that you asked by name, it didn't work out because really they do have an option as or a choice themselves. It's called free will. Everybody has a choice. And their choice may have been not to be with you, or your choice may have been, no, I changed my mind. They're not who I thought they were. Okay, so, and maybe it's not what you wanted after all. So I feel like you maybe have the truth when it comes to somebody coming in for you, and they're not going to play games with you. I feel like this is different. You still have that uncertainty, or there's some type of truth that seems to be hidden here, or you just might be looking for those red flags. So there is an offer to talk to you, and they may know how to grow their money independently, or they're looking into how to do so. And they may have had some heartbreak of their own, or had some type of uh, betrayal here. Let's see. Yeah, look at the tower. Everything's going to change. There's just everything's going to, yeah, all the arguments are going to change. And you're going to maybe needing to learn patience here, strength, and a legacy. So there will be somebody that comes in to help you build this legacy. So let's just look at the cards once again. I'm just going to do three more, and then that is it to go on this, unless it needs more clarifying, but it should show up fine. We'll just leave that Ten of Pentacles there. Put that back around to give it a chance. I like to do that so that it comes out. If it's meant to come back around in reverse, it will. So let's see about this Ten of Pentacles. Show me three cards. Thank you, Spirit. There's that competition again. So somebody might be putting things in competition so you don't take a leap of faith here. And there might be people that want to talk to you. There might be more than one here if there's a competition for you. You might be working at leaving a legacy for your family here, maybe a family business, or you're wanting to work with somebody who's going to help you create something amazing. So, okay, we have the past back again that maybe betrayed you. And they might be getting their karma. All their life might be changing completely when it comes to heartbreak for them. So they may have experienced their karma when it came to things and experienced exactly maybe what you did. Maybe they had to start from the bottom up once again, hit rock bottom. Huh. All right, oh, okay. You see love coming here. Okay. So you know it's coming. Oh, what do we got? Judgment in reverse. See? Isn't that funny? So there is a lesson that you might be not accepting here, or not getting over something here. It's like failure to learn that lesson, or you're having self doubts. You might even be still stuck in the past. So you're looking at that past love still. You needing to close the door on that. And is it meant that you're meant to have this with this person? What is going on here? Why is this stuck in the past? Why are we stuck in the past? Why are we stuck in the past? Manifesting. Oh. Okay, so you might be manifesting. I feel like there is some type of just thinking, even in regards to this, and just working on your money. However, you're you're having some second thoughts or negative thoughts about this, or having some type of fear around this. Um, and it may be that you're manifesting that you have money, or that you have those material success. However, there's still anguish here, and I feel like, or anxiety, or some type of fear in regards to love, due to having money. Maybe you're wondering, are they with me for the money, or are they with me for the love? I know I was only going to do three more, but this is interesting to me. Um, okay. You have been wounded and you have looked at your own self now. And I feel like you are doing what you want to do for yourself. You may be looking at your best life and all of those goals on how to get there. However, you might be arguing with yourself in terms of where you're going to go from this, or that you're still needing to pull down those walls and let people in. You might be still staying at home instead of going somewhere and doing something. Are you worried you're going to argue with this person if you see them? All right, you're going to make somebody a priority. You have a different perspective about things. Oh, okay. So I feel like this may have something to do with stepping out on somebody, doing something and trying to get away with it. I feel like this may not be putting somebody in a priority, but I feel like you might be just seeing the person for who they truly are. And that even if they put a ring on it, they had no intention of devoting themselves to you. It was more that you're seeing this person for who they really are, and that they're just a bit of a playa, but they want to be able to come home to somebody here. They don't want to have to be alone. So it's their priorities are maybe a little askew when it comes to things, and they may need to heal. So this might be why they do the things they do. So why can't they commit? I don't know, but I feel like you may have had some chronic disappointment thinking they were going to eventually grow up and commit to you and honor their marriage, but they maybe didn't want anyone else to have you. So therefore, they didn't really want you, but they didn't want to see you with anyone else. So that's kind of narcissist. So I kind of feel like this is really emotional trauma here that you might be working on in order to have that long-term connection. So you might not be ready for love right now. Knight of Wands. So you might be just going after and charging ahead to whatever your passions are in terms of maybe work, of what you want for yourself. And it's no longer about anyone else. And that's kind of nice because eventually it will come in for you. You're working on yourself and those past moments, I feel, and any traumas you may have had in order to eventually have this, okay? And you're working on that. Good for you, because I feel like one day you will be able to do this because you may always see the Knight of Wands as that here for a good time, not a long time type of situation, right? As somebody that can't commit. So tell me, do you get over this? How long will this take? I mean, let's just look here. Let's look in terms of years, please. 3 years. Wow. It may take you at least 3 years to get over this. Yeah, they do come in though. They know the lay of the land. They know how to make their own money. And it's your emperor. Wow. Okay. This one's calling to me. Yes, and they're very hopeful for a relationship with you. So don't worry, they're gonna hope that this is some type of relationship they can get into with you, whoever this emperor is. And it may take a few years to get here. And in that time, you're gonna do you, and guess who you're gonna become? Okay, you're gonna have that Queen of Pentacles. I mean, you're just showing up on one of your queens because you are showing up as the Empress and you have your Emperor. So this is quite the divine union. And this may be something that is, I feel like, going to make a difference to you. I feel like this person is going to commit. Okay. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, we have no give and take. Now, let's just have a look at this for a second. There is some type of imbalance. Why is that in reverse? I mean, I didn't turn that around, to be fair. Oh, okay. So somebody needs to talk to you They might be afraid to talk to you and tell you the truth because you are pretty fiery and you might speak your mind. You might be one of those people that is very optimistic and fun loving, but don't piss me off. Maybe you have a temper, or maybe you bring that in even. I'm getting like you may have even done a lot of work there and that you don't let people bother you so much that way. But however, if they do trigger you somehow, you might be more to say something about that, whatever that issue is for you. So if it's saying, let's give an example. So if it is talking about stepping out, you might say something like, well, I was cheated out of a family and my kids were cheated out of a family because of the ex husband or ex person. So, I mean, you might go there with that to say, look, I don't deal with people that cheat. And that might be part of what this is for you. It may have been that they really did a number on your self esteem, on your. I feel like you almost lost this ability to trust that you were going to make the right decision about things. So I feel like you had no confidence. You're in a state of fear and depression and worry and anxiety is kind of where we were at. And you've done so much work already. Yeah, you're going to find that person that's going to be, you're looking at this as they need to be somebody that can speak their mind. And I feel like this is important, this communication. And then, of course, being able to be emotionally available. Okay. So your person is showing up as that. Now, it may be that this person needs a lesson, and you might be the one teaching the lesson about equal give and take. Okay, so you're not looking after yourself. Why should I? Right? I mean, where's your pride in yourself? Why aren't you looking at yourself and believing in yourself? Why aren't you grooming and making yourself presentable and looking in your best self? And this might be something that you're trying to teach this person, or there's some type of on imbalance, like they don't have to do anything about their looks, but they expect you to look your best, or you know what I'm saying? So it's an imbalance of some sort. Maybe it has to do with money, maybe it has something to do with self-esteem, maybe it is controlling. I don't know. You know your situation. I'm just reading the cards, right? So you do you. You know what is for you and what isn't. Just discern. And I mean, when I say discern, it's like kind of you kind of have a feeling of what is yours and what isn't. And it's funny because people sometimes think that every reading is their reading. And it's only the things that kind of resonate with you that should be included as part of your message, okay? All right. Somebody is still holding on to you, your energy. You might have to do, yeah. The person that you walked away from, maybe still, yeah, they don't have a lot of strength. What this is kind of telling me is they don't have that, how do I put that? They don't have that, where they can't not cheat. So they don't have that strength within to say no, or they have that wandering eye. They have no what's the word I'm looking for? It's like self-control is kind of what I'm feeling. Like they have no self-control when it comes to other people. If they come onto them, then they'll go with it. And it's almost like, dude, like, or woman, where is your self control when it comes to these things? So they have no self control when it comes to things. And that is why you maybe walked away. And you're going to win. You're going to be happy. And I feel like you're going to see the Knight of Wands differently. Okay. You're, you're not going to let that affect your happiness. Okay. You're going to go down your road, they're go down their road, and you're going to have that road together. It may not be with this person that cheated on you. Okay. You might be looking at cheating a lot different now and not worrying about what your other person's doing. You need to be able to trust that person that they're going to honor you and do you right. Um, and because that Six of Cups was in reverse, is this somebody that is also going to cheat on you? Okay, so let's talk about your money because you may have had a lacking in love or maybe felt lack in money, and that's why you felt you needed to make your own money or that this was going to show your worth or something here. But yeah, that ending is what is really doing it for you, is that ending and healing and moving forward. I can't get any more clear than that. Yeah, you're gonna celebrate, okay? And this, you're done with that, I feel. You might be done with love for, like I said, at least 3 years, if not more. Because I am getting 3 plus 1 equals 4, and 4 is there on my dice that I can see. Let me just see here about your theme. Access your path, plant new seeds. Well, there you have it, all in one freaking card. Have faith in your abilities, purge negative energy. I like it. Life changes are on your spiritual journey. So I do feel like you're going to start to see your worth here and what you're capable of, and it's important that you believe in yourself. It's only fair that you get the same in return of what you give. Shouldn't always be you. Don't blame others for your own doing. Take responsibility. So it's really not about the blame game. It's about what you learn about yourself along the way. And will you recognize that in someone else if you see it? And what will you do in that matter? In that matter, would you walk away again? They know you are the one. They can't fight it any longer. So somebody is going to come in. And this may be this Knight of Pentacles that is taking a long freaking time to get here. You can see their intention, listen to your intuition. So you may be able to pick up on things, people's feelings. You might be able to see it in their eyes or their body language or whatever it is, you're aware. And you might be just someone that can tell when people are lying. So you might be one of those people that says, look, I'm not buying what you're telling me, okay? So do you want to try again? Maybe with the truth this time. All right. So just what are their intentions? And is it more than just friends? So you might be wondering if it's more of a romantic thing or is this just friendship? Let's just start off as friends and maybe just see where it goes and just be in the flow of things. Not rush anything, no pressure, and just enjoy the time that you have with whoever. That item that you came across recently has a memory that may mean something. Now, this is going to be a memory of your past. Now, this might be something of a lesson. This might bring up something that you wore or said or did. It may even be like a coin that you pick up, and this memory is going to stem something for you. All right, let's see here. I feel lost without you and want you back. So this may be this ex that is definitely wanting you since you may have been the one that walked away. If it was them that walked away, okay, they may be seeing you differently, or you may want them to have a second chance, or you might want a second chance. Your perspective is different when it comes to this, or maybe their perspective is. Be authentic, be you, take off the mask. So you may know exactly who this person is, and they may know who you are. Let's see. You're seeing yourself through other people's eyes, and you're getting those realizations about perhaps your behavior. So I feel like it may be their behavior that you're seeing as well. I feel like there's a definitely this connection here to this. I want to, oh wow, it's already 40 minutes. I'm going to do the dice in my next reading. And if you want to see what that's about, we will have a look at that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I haven't done tarot for a long time or just tarot. So I definitely want to do more of that only because I don't want to forget how to read my tarot cards since I'm always doing oracle cards. So, anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the reading collective. So, any of the zodiac signs may resonate with this. So, it's not for any particular zodiac sign. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, of course. All right, you guys, take care, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time. Later.